Welcome, Taurus. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is a love reading, relationship reading, taking a look at current situation and the influences around that. This is for middle of October through the middle of November. Um, and I'm going to use the Echoes of Atlantis tarot for the reading and the Radiant Wise tarot for making a mess over here. Tarot, Radiant Wise tarot for clarifying. Let's get started. Let me do a couple more shuffles here. Hope you all are doing well. Let's take a look at what do our Taurus need to know. Do our Taurus need to know? Please remember, if you're enjoying the content, hit that thumbs up button. Give me a share and a like and a subscribe. That would be awesome. Okay, Taurus. Current situation. Page of Cups. Past influence. Two of Wands. Present influence. The High Priestess. What negative energies? Knight of Swords. Positive. The Fool. What you don't see. Knight of Pentacles. What to look for. Nine of Pentacles. Unexpected. The World. Challenge. Four of Cups. Future. Four of Pentacles. Outcome. Eight of Cups. And where does this lead? Seven of Wands. Justice. Leave it there. King of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. This feels like an energy to me of the King of Wands is a person that would have a lot of motivation, excitement, energy. They're doers. A wand person is definitely someone that likes to get stuff done, wants to jump in, maybe doesn't always think things all the way through. However, it is the king, so there's a little bit more thought going on there. I feel like this energy is something that you've been kind of holding on to. It doesn't have to be female or male. It's more the energy of that king that, that there's something that's been driving you. And driving you so, you've been taking advantage of that, like moving forward in a situation. The past influence is the Two of Wands, which is the plans that you've made to move towards something. And it does feel to me like this is, well, it is a love reading, so it's moving towards a relationship of some sort. And I feel like these are the plans that you've been putting into place. Now, keep in mind, this past influence could be yesterday and it could be 5 years ago. It all just kind of depends. The reading is about these plans, though. So let's say you were making plans a long time ago about how you wanted relationships to turn out. That's kind of where this reading is headed. The Page of Cups is in your current situation. I do feel like this is definitely an offer here. Let me see if it's you making the offer or if someone else is. I do feel like whatever there is some kind of gift coming in or has come in. If you haven't seen it yet, it will. And I do feel like, let me clarify. Ten of Wands, this is something that's been hard. There's someone here. This has been hard. So the Ten of Wands, but the tough part is kind of over, and you're looking at, developing a stronger relationship. And I think this is you making an offer, and not necessarily making an offer. It can be having a conversation. It could be sending a message that, I think you're sending a message to somebody and letting them know that you care about the situation, even though it's been hard. And if you look at the Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Cups here, she's facing that Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands. It's been hard. There's been like a burden happening here as far as something's been holding you back a little bit. Um, but I do feel like it's time that you've recognized, yes, this is hard, but yes, this is also good. So that's what I feel like your Page of Cups is. Is it reaching out to the other person? Probably, but it doesn't even have to be. I think it's even more so important that this is your realization. The High Priestess is in your present influence. Your gut is telling you something that's very important right now, and I think you really need to listen to it. I can pull a clarifier on it, but a lot of times that's really a very personal thing, and being this is a collective reading, it might not give us a ton of information, but let's see. What is the High Priestess about in our present influence? Chariot, Moon. There was something that's been very unclear to you about some kind of forward movement, travel, something, and you've been in a position of healing, and that you've had to kind of think this through and work through it. Four of Swords, but the situation felt very unclear with the Moon being there, but it came in kind of quickly, and it was like, oh well, and now you're in a position of healing. But I feel like that High Priestess is the time that you're taking is important, because we can't listen to our inner selves if we don't take a moment's break, give us some time. And sometimes it's really easy when we're in the day-to-day busy life where we don't necessarily think about things. So I feel like with that Four of Swords there, you've had the time to allow your intuition to better guide you. And that's kind of where you're at right now. And that's what's influencing how you're moving forward. We have the Knight of Swords in your negative. I feel like there could have been hard words with this Knight of Swords. And I feel like with the energy here, this is a reminder that either, let me see, I want to give more, because I'm not sure if this is your hard words or there's, tell me about the Knight of Swords in the negative. Oop, my stomach's growling. Sorry. 10 of Cups, 2 of Swords, Knight of Swords. This is you like rushing a decision, I think. I think that the negative thing is asking not to rush a decision on this relationship yet. I don't think, because the Two of Swords and then followed by the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords in these three cards is looking at those decisions, and it's like, don't rush that decision. You may feel like you need to, but you don't. I feel like you probably know that, but it's like, don't rush the decision, because there is a new opportunity. This is, excuse me, the positive. There is something new happening here that's going to allow you to maybe take a leap of faith that you normally wouldn't. So I think that that's why it's asking you not to jump to the wrong choice yet, because there's something really positive happening here. What is this Fool, please? Nine of Cups, your wishes, getting clear on your wishes. And I feel like too, with this Nine of Pentacles, for some of you, this could be a person that might be very independent, and asking you not to become more clear here. But at the same time, this could be you going, my priority right now is being independent, and sorry. But I feel like that is this full on my stomach. I am so sorry, because it's right by this microphone. I know it sounds, but I'm not really that hungry as it sounds. The Fool. Hang on. Get a drink of water. The Fool is that new opportunity, but it is your wishes, your dreams. But I think what the wishes and dreams are too is becoming clear on where you're headed as well. And I think that you will allow yourself to take a leap and see what happens. It's scary in the sense too, because you feel like it could take away your independence. It could, like, if it's a relationship, you're like, oh, well, now I'm going to have to, not be so independent. But I don't think it does, because what to look for is the Nine of Pentacles, and it's, you know, knowing that you are successful anyway, regardless. You're not, and that you're not going to lose your independence, because a relationship should enhance, not take away. So if it's not going to enhance it, then I can see where that might be. The Knight of Pentacles is what you don't see. You know, there is something happening in the background, probably with the other person, and they're definitely being more patient than maybe you would normally think this person to be. They're kind of waiting things out. Because it's a Knight, I feel like there is a need to move forward. It's just happening very slowly. And I think that when I have that position of what you don't see, it's usually the other person. And that's why I feel like that. Like, they're just being really patient and walking it through. And on their side, I feel like there is something happening here, but it's just moving slowly. And the Nine of Pentacles is in what to look for. So remember to continue to look for, it's understanding that you are successful as well. Like, look for that energy. I know I'm successful. I've done my work. I have everything I need. I've created my world, and know that, because you don't have to give that up at all. Like, that's not, if the relationship, if you do have to give that up, then the relationship isn't worth it. Any relationship should be, again, an enhancement to who you are. The world is in your unexpected. There is a time where you're going to be at a pivotal moment of, I do want to move forward. And that comes in unexpectedly, where you're going like, it's time. It's time. And that's the Fool too. Keep in mind, because the Fool, it comes after the world, right? So once we are at a completion or a goal, or reached a goal, it's time to start something new. And that's where the Fool comes in as well. So I do feel like you're going to see, this is unexpected, you're going to see a pivotal time where you're going to say, okay, I'm ready for this leap. I'm ready. Now, this may come a little later, because I feel like with the High Priestess, honestly, and your present influence, and the Eight of Cups and your outcome, there's definitely something very spiritual and happening to you inwardly, that's making you go, I need to go towards this dream, this wish, where I think I should be. Tell me about the World, please. Three of Swords, Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords. This is the end of a heartache with a relationship that I feel like with the Queen of Swords here, this is definitely the World is the ending of the sadness with a relationship. And with that, the Queen of Swords has a plan. And that leads to that Fool, because the Queen of Swords is very much directed. They have this is a goal, and this is where I want to be, and this is where I want to go. And I feel like this World card is a reminder that you're going to, okay, I'm done with being sad or this separation, and I am going to, and it has to do with love, and I'm going to move this way. And that gives you the freedom back to that Fool to go, okay, I'm ready for this. Because I think that Three of Swords says a lot. There's something that's really kind of hurt you. It has, it's been kind of hard separation, whether it's just a hurt or separation. The Four of Cups is in your challenge. There is something that you have your eyes set on, and to get there, you're struggling getting to that wish, that dream, that hope, However, I do feel like because it's a challenge, it's a bump in the road. It doesn't mean you can't get there. You can. It's it's a matter of, looking at the whole perspective. I'm laughing at my stomach. Um, but more importantly, sometimes when we are so focused on one outcome, one thing, that it's hard for us to see the good in something else as well. So that could be part of the challenge here, is that maybe it's not coming together exactly as you want, but that doesn't mean it can't, right? It's just it's a challenge. It's a bump in the road. But where does this lead? The future influence is the Four of Pentacles. The influence in the near future is you just kind of hanging into what you know and understand, not making any bold moves yet, um, hanging in there basically. And but at the same time too, I think there's a part of you that's really going to understand everything that you have at your disposal as far as who you are, lessons learned, you know, your growth and all of those things. Taking into a relationship is also important because it's going to make you realize what you have. Four of Pentacles is our savings, and the savings doesn't have to be money. It can be anything. It can be, ideas, lessons, holding on to our anything, like all of the things we've learned in the past and put it together. The Eight of Cups is your outcome. There's definitely a calling for you, then you know that. And that's the thing, is that you feel like there's again, High Priestess, man. She's telling you in your gut that that there's something more, and you need to walk towards that more. Tell me more about this Eight of Cups here. Because I do like the energy, because I feel like it's you understanding. More importantly than anything else, it's understanding where you need to go, what you need to do. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. Sun, Five of Wands, the Fool again. You have got a new opportunity. We've had that Fool a couple times. So the Sun, you're almost conflicted in this. So this is something that you're very conflicted towards. And because there's something about joy here that you're worried that you'll lose some kind of joy if you move forward into this new opportunity. And even though you're conflicted about it, I feel like the High Priestess is telling you this is the direction you need to go. So if you feel like you really need to go in a certain direction, that's where you need to go. The Seven of Wands is after that. I feel like there's going to be a point where you're going to have to explain yourself. And not in a bad way. I don't feel like it's, I feel like there was some kind of something happening here in a relationship, and you may need to defend, and I don't feel like defend yourself in a fight type way. More like, this is what I was thinking, this is what I need to do, this is where I need to go. It's more like standing your ground, but for what's important to you. Not just foolishly standing your ground, but like, okay, this is what's important to me, this is what I need, and I have to protect this. And that's where you're kind of headed. You are headed. The Justice comes in, and I don't feel like this is going to necessarily be marriage. I mean, it would be very easy for me to say, oh, you're going to get married. I'm very careful about not setting false expectations, because most importantly with the Justice is balance and justice, the right thing. And I feel like you are going to learn something here. I think this is about knowledge, and that you're going to understand what's happening on both sides of this relationship. With the Justice, there's also going to be a coming together of balance. How do we balance this out? How do we make this work correctly? And I feel like that's good, because I feel like what it's saying is that you're not just leaving it up to yourself. You're going to have a conversation that says, hey, like, how do we do this? And that comes from the Fool, though, too, because that's the leap that you're going to take. And then part of that leap is to say, this is what I need. How are we going to do this moving forward to stay balanced? What is the advice for our Taurus here? The Magician. Know you have everything you need to do what you need to do. Also, be careful about either you hiding who you are or see if someone else is. The Magician can be about, you know, sleight of hand. And I feel like the Magician a lot of times comes out as someone not being 100% honest. So, and it doesn't mean it's deceitful or negative in that way, that sometimes people just are afraid to be hurt, all of those things, those other things that they're protecting themselves. And this is asking you to don't have a false face, don't try to hide, and make sure the other person is also being 100% upfront and truthful as well. I feel like that's going to be really important moving forward, because there was the moon here, there was something that was unclear. And if we're not 100% honest in on both sides of the coin, both sides of the relationship, then it's not going to move anywhere. It's just going to kind of stay there. Is there anything else our Taurus need to know about this relationship? Strength, Seven of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. There is definitely something here to be said about with the strength, hanging in there. Seven of Pentacles, things are happening. The Seven of Pentacles is the work that's being done behind the scenes to me. Like, I always explain the Seven of Pentacles as a garden where you need to take care of it. It takes a while to grow, but you can't just leave it. You got to water, got to fertilize, got to weed, got to do all of that work, but it's not on your mind 100%, but you know that it's a daily task type thing. So know that things are happening. They're just slow, but things are growing. And then the Queen of Wands is that passion. And allow that passion to come through. Allow it to happen, because be excited, be excited about it. Be passionate and enjoy the journey as well as the outcome of the journey, because the journey is all part of it. So there you have it, Taurus. I hope that made sense. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can. If not, not if not, please do. But give me a comment as well. Thank you. Take care. Have a beautiful day.